Hi friends, it's AV Lux here. I wanted to do a special reading for all you Geminis out there. Happy birthday. This one will just be an oracle reading, and I'm going to use the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. This deck is out of print, and if you can get your hands on original Doreen Virtue cards, they are probably one of the best oracle cards out there. She kind of pioneered a lot of the way oracle cards are done now. It all kind of started with her. This deck now, I think I paid like $15 for it, and now they go for like 100 plus. I've seen them go for 250. So if you can get, these are out of print. So if you find a new one, it's an unauthorized, it's probably very small. It doesn't come with the guidebook. Those are fake unauthorized decks out there. So you could probably find a used one on eBay or maybe Etsy. But they are pretty pricey. All of the original Doreen Virtue decks are very expensive, just because you can't buy them anymore. And for those of you who kind of know and have been in this community, this tarot community for a while, she became a little bit of a problem child. But anyways, moving away from that, this deck is really great. It's one of my favorites. I'm also going to pair it with The Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield, and the artist is Josephine Wall. They have done a couple decks. I have The Whispers of Love. I have Whisper of Healing, and then there's another one. I just don't have it here. I think it's Whispers of Gratitude. And that one's another one. The artwork is just so beautiful. I love all the colors. It's like watercolor, and she does a mixed medium. So she does watercolor, ink. I forgot what her other medium is. Obviously colored pencils, but anyways, back to Gemini. You guys, I have a funny Gemini story I'll have to share with you. But for the longest time, if I could, I would actually avoid close relationships with Geminis, just because I'm myself am a Scorpio. And so, but then, at the end of the day, one of my closest, friends, I have actually a lot now. A lot of my closest friends are Geminis. So I feel really bad for keeping you guys away. You guys are amazing. I love Geminis. So anyways, let me just go ahead and get in. And as with any reading, we just kind of want to bless the reading, bless ourselves, and bless the cards. I usually imagine like white light surrounding all these cards. So I call upon all of our Lord's good angels and archangels, all my saints and angels and spirit guides. Bless these decks of cards and each reading done. Bless the people that the messages are read for, as well as for myself. May they bring us to our highest and best vibrational selves. Fill each card and reading with light, love, positivity, truth, and guidance, and may only the highest good come through. Please clear anything else. Protect us. And thank you. In Jesus' holy name, I pray. And so it is. Okay. So these are already cleansed, but I always just kind of give it a good knock before I start the shuffle. Okay. So I will start here with again, this is the Romance Angels. Here's the back. I love how all of these oracle cards are gilded. You can see I've used this so much that the gold is coming off. Okay, what do our Geminis in their love relationship need to know today? What do our Geminis need to know today? What do our Geminis need to know? Calling your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. There's another card here. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So far, so good, Geminis. The book obviously gives more insight into each card, and I can I can go ahead and read them for you, or I might just put it in the comments because Doreen, she really goes into a lot of insight in her books. This one just kind of popped out as I was shuffling. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Looks like you've got a soulmate out there who was in your life, and whatever kind of issues or that were before that either kept you guys apart, it's totally safe for you to go back there. Just because by default we are always going to be weary about our past relationships, but it's looking like this is a good thing. And it may not even be, especially if you're already in a committed relationship, if you believe that you can have more than one soulmate, that's what this would be for you. Okay, let's just pull a card out here. Give your relationship a chance. So I love how this is all kind of related. So we have calling your soulmate in, right? It's safe for you to go ahead and love this past relationship with this person, and you have to give it a chance. You got to trust, So work on your partnership. You've known each other before. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So be this a romantic relationship, a soulmate friendship. It could even be a family. I'm so close with a lot of my family. I feel like they're my soulmates. It's like there's no way I could have lived without this person, and I'm so grateful that they're in my life, and no matter what happens, I would always need them with me. And so I feel that way about very special friends out there, where I've known them maybe even just a couple years, but I forget that they were there was a time where they weren't in my life. Like, that's how strong, that's the kind of bond that this is talking about. Maybe you guys have that bond, but it's just be open to it more. So let's go ahead and switch decks here. I'm going to keep this reading up, and we just want to build on this. So what do our Geminis need to know about their love life, about this soulmate? What do our Geminis need to know? These oracle cards are slightly larger than the regular size oracle, but they're worth it because they're so beautiful. The card stock is really made very well. What do our Geminis need to know about their soulmates? What do our Geminis need to know? What do Geminis need to know? Geminis need to know. Oh, here we go. Oh, actually, a lot came through here. Okay, so slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. So take some time to allow things to unfold. Very nice. Put this here. Okay, and we have honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it's important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. So if there were issues in the past, I think it's important to know that we can't control how that person thinks. We can't control their behavior. We can't control them to think a certain way. We can't control them to react a certain way. What we can do is go in, inside, and then we can make the decision to either change ourselves, change our thought process, change the way we look at things, change the way we look at our relationships, our partners, our friendships, our family. We can do that. And by doing that, by making the slight changes from within, that there becomes monumental changes on the out. So your partnerships, that soulmate, your past relationships, whoever this is that that you kind of have been wanting to bring back in and kind of get closer, it's definitely okay. Not just okay. The Spirit's saying, give it a chance. The soulmates are connections that are so strong, and it's beyond, it's otherworldly. And so, but at the same time, slow down so we don't have to just jump into anything. We can just get to know that person, even if you've known this person for a long time, even if it's your own partner, husband, wife, whatever, and you guys have been together for years. It's good to just look at your relationship as a whole and make the decision. Is this person my soulmate? Were there past issues I had with them before, and I've been wanting that person to change, and every time I tell them they need to change this, nothing happens. Well, maybe we stop doing that and we change, and then we see what happens, Honesty. So maybe it's, well, you've never let this person know. I think a lot of people are scared of love, or a lot of people will reserve how they say I love you and who they say I love you to. And, that's kind of the opposite of me. I mean, if I feel like there's a connection, even if I've only known you for a few months, I'm going to tell you that I love you. Out of love comes gratitude for me. And so when I tell you that I love you, I do actually mean it. I love all of you. I love your past. I love your present. I love your sorrows. I love your, your anything that you may not like, I love about you. And I always will. And I'm not trying to change you. I just accept you for who you are. And if I have an issue with you, I will just bring it up to you. But I love you. And so all of you guys, who are watching this know that I do love you, and I am so very grateful for you. And then this is also asking to really analyze our relationships. Was there a pattern? If we can if we step back and assess and go, gosh, in every relationship, it happens every time. This person walks away, or every time I jump into a relationship, this and this happens. Well, maybe it's not their issue. Maybe it's your issue, and that comes off as kind of blunt. But if you have multiple failed relationships, what's the pattern? Why? Even if it's like, well, they've always been broken and they, I just kind of attract. And that's the thing. Geminis do attract brokenness. And that's because Geminis feel very deeply. They understand on multiple levels. Geminis speak of duality. So Geminis know the emotional part of a relationship. They can feel that even if their partner, doesn't realize that. But they also know, the logical side of things. So like they have this great understanding in both the head and the heart. And that's something that a lot of us don't have. And that's something that a lot of us have to try and work on. Whereas Gemini, they were kind of born knowing that that there needs to be balance. And the biggest thing for you, Gemini, is always going to be communication. Okay, communication. That is not just the key to any relationship, but we have to communicate how we feel despite what that other person may react, how they may react. It is our duty to just say how we feel, and that's it. We can't control anything else. Now, if we decide not to say how we feel, it just becomes a problem. And then that's when you're going to start seeing that cycle again, right? Because you're not actually opening up to this person because you're too fearful for whatever reason. And that begins that cycle over and over again. So you're going to continuously attract brokenness and people who may leave you because you have a cycle going on. And not to say that there wasn't, a reason why they came into your life. There definitely is. And it's to help them, but you have to understand they have to help you too. So maybe it's just a short period of time that these relationships come in and out, but they're all on purpose, So I really do love this so far. I want to pull one more card out here from the Whispers of Love and just ask Spirit, what else do our Geminis need to know as they look into their past relationships? Speak of honesty and also slow down. This is regarding calling in their soulmate or soulmates. What do the Geminis need to know today? And even if you're not a Gemini and you're watching this video, there's a reason for it. And, oh, hang on. That was a lot. Okay, I'll read these two because these two showed up. Okay, so this one is spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime, and that's kind of what we were talking about. And this, really is matching up to these first 4 cards from the Romance Angels deck. And oh, gosh, I didn't know there was another one in there. Okay. Turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. And that was, past life relationships. It's safe for you to love. This goes right into there. Giving your love a chance, turn on your heart light. Heart light. I love that term. I think I'm going to have to use that. And then the union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. Okay, this is really calling it, this is really talking about your soulmate. Yeah, of course we can have many soulmates, but this is talking about, the one, that one, whether it's that one that got away or that one that you never really had a chance to tell them how you actually felt. Now is the time. It looks like the universe spirit is really saying that deep connection that you had, or that deep connection that you've always been thinking of or know that you would have with this person, now is the time to do that. It's safe for you to do that. So don't let fear hold you back. So I just love how all of these cards go really well together, and it's all the same message pretty much. It's pretty much saying the same thing, just in slightly different ways. So I hope that helped you guys, and I hope that resonates with you, resonates with you, Geminis. Love you guys, and we'll see you later. Happy birthday.